All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going behind the scenes at the very first training camp for a whole new era of the USA women's national basketball team. And look, this isn't just another practice session. This is ground zero. This is the moment a dynasty, a team that's all about winning gold, starts to figure out its future. So how are they doing it? And this quote, it just nails the whole situation perfectly. You've got a new coach, new leadership, a ton of new players on the court. So much is different. But the one thing that is absolutely set in stone is that expectation of greatness. And that's really what this is all about, that balance. How do you build something fresh on a foundation that's already legendary? So to really get where this team is headed, you first have to appreciate just how massive these changes are. We're not talking about a little roster tweak here. This is a seismic shift, starting from the very top. Okay, so what you're seeing here is basically a generational handoff in real time. On one hand, you have the legend, Sue Bird, who used to be the one on the floor winning those gold medals. Now she's the national team director, calling the shots from the front office. And taking over as head coach is Kara Lawson. This camp is really her first chance to put her stamp on this team, to mix those seasoned vets with all these hungry first-timers. This quote from one of the players just makes it so real, you know? For so long, the team's identity was built around icons like Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi. And now, for this new group, there's this oh wow moment of realization. The torch has officially been passed. It's on them now. They're the ones who have to carry that legacy. But with all this change swirling around, there's this one constant. It's this one idea that is totally non-negotiable for every single person in that gym. And it's known simply as the USA basketball standard. So, what is the standard? Well, it's way more than just winning games. It's a mindset. It's knowing you're part of something way bigger than yourself. It's not about your points or your rebounds. It's about your ability to impact winning. And maybe most importantly, it's about taking your elite talent and making the other elite players around you even better. That's the secret sauce. And this really breaks down what the committee is looking for. They're asking 3 core questions. First, can you compete at the absolute highest level, play after play? Second, how fast can you pick up new systems and complex plays on the fly? And third, and this is the big one, can you combine your talent with other superstars to work as one selfless, unstoppable team? That's the ultimate test. And for the players, living up to this standard isn't a burden at all. It's an incredible honor. I mean, so many of them have been dreaming about this since they were kids playing on the U16 and U19 teams. So to finally get that call to put that senior national team jersey on again, it's this surreal full circle moment that means everything. Okay, so you've got that standard as the bedrock. Now let's dive into how Coach Kara Lawson actually started to forge this new team's identity. She walked into this 3-day camp with a very deliberate, very specific game plan. She broke it all down into 3 simple steps. Step 1, watch the film from the 2024 Olympic gold medal game so everyone understands the level they need to reach. Step 2, really drill down on the unique physicality of the international game. And step 3, take all of that and execute it full tilt in practice. It's simple, direct, and incredibly effective. And it all started in the film room. By showing the team that last gold medal game, Coach Lawson wasn't just teaching schemes, she was setting the bar. The players got to see with their own eyes the grit, the toughness, the absolute battle it takes to win on the world stage. You know what they say, film never lies, and it was the perfect fuel to get them fired up for the court. And that's such a crucial point. The international game, the FIBA style of play, it's just a different animal. It's way more physical, the calls are different, and you have to adapt fast. That's why the camp was so intense. It was designed to throw them right into that fire, to teach the newcomers that this is a style of basketball you just have to learn by doing. So all of this, the film study, the intense drills, the talk about physicality, it was all building to a final showdown on the last day of camp. It was a test, cooked up by Coach Lawson, to see what this team was really made of. It's a great question for a coach, right? You've got a gym packed with some of the most competitive people on the entire planet. How do you create a moment that cuts through everything and shows you who they really are when it matters most? Here's what she did. It was pretty brilliant, actually. On that final day, she split them into teams she hadn't used the entire camp. All the veterans on one side and all the first-timers on the other. A classic showdown, designed to crank up the competition and see how everyone would react.
So they played a 5-minute game. The vets won. All right, run it back. They play another 5-minute game. This time, the newcomers win. So the score is now 1-1, a perfect tie, and a perfect dilemma. Practice could have just ended right then and there.
But here's the genius of it. This was some next-level coaching psychology. Coach Lawson secretly hoped for this exact result. She planned for 2 quarters because she was betting on a split. See, she wasn't just testing their skill anymore. She was testing their will. She wanted to see if they'd be cool with a tie or if that inner fire would make them demand a winner. And of course, the players didn't let her down. Immediately, they spoke up. They were like, no way, it's 1-1. We are not ending like that. They insisted on playing a tiebreaker. And that was it. That was the exact reaction the coaches were hoping for. It was all the proof they needed that the competitive fire, the very heart of the Standard, was burning bright in every single player there. That scrimmage was the perfect ending to the camp. But it's so important to remember that these 3 days are really just step 1 on a very, very long road. Now, 3 days might not sound like a lot of time, but these short, intense camps are all part of the strategy. When you stack them up over a full year, the team will actually end up spending about 14 solid days together. And in the world of international basketball, that's a huge amount of time to build the kind of chemistry you need to win a championship. And this is the whole idea right here. Each one of these camps is a building block. The plays and the strategies carry over, sure. The system gets more familiar. But the most important thing is that the feel of playing together, that's what carries over. That's how you build a real connection that you just can't rush. Which brings us right back to the beginning. This quote just wraps it all up. Yeah, there's a huge transition happening, from the leadership all the way down to the players on the court. But the core identity, that tough, unwavering standard of USA basketball, that is not changing one bit. The mission is always the same. Be the best. So, after 3 intense days, the first brick has been laid. The new coach has set the tone, and the players have proven they have that fire to carry the torch. The only question left is, what are they going to build from here?